What's up guys, Rudy here and welcome back to the channel. Kind of still recovering from losing my voice last week, hence I'm going to be taking it slow this week as well because there will be a couple more review videos coming in the way, and those usually take up much more time and effort in terms of planning, structuring, as well as recording them. So I want to just chill this week and talk about my top 5 favorite Techwear accessories that I personally own. In my opinion, accessories play quite a big role when it comes to adding more visual and depth into an outfit, especially when we are looking at the more utilitarian and functional side of style. And there are so many different types of accessories that we can choose, from different types of headwear to carrying systems and belts, and the list just goes on. Therefore, I would say one can get pretty overwhelmed by the amount of choices that are available. And as a person who is trying to maintain a small and rather minimal wardrobe, I am very cautious as to what I do pick up and ensuring that I do get a lot of wear value from it. Therefore, these accessories are not only just my favorite, but I do use them a lot on a frequent basis. And I think this would be a good time to kind of reflect and look back at how these pieces have held up all this time, as well as seeing if I have learned anything new about them. One last thing before we continue to dive further into today's video, it would be very much appreciated if you could go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you are new to the channel or just haven't been subscribed yet, as it really does help the channel out a long way. Also, if you are feeling generous and want to help support the channel in a much bigger way, I do have a Patreon page whereby I've only set up to be $1 a month, and all of it will go into helping me to pick up new filming equipment so that I can continue to improve the qualities of the videos for you all, as well as helping to keep the lights on this channel. The first accessory that we'll be checking out is probably the most important accessory for everyone in general in today's time, which is a face mask, and my favorite that I own is by this patch. The one that I have is the special collaboration edition with the Anix, and it is based off their wicking face covering model. In terms of just the design and aesthetic of the face covering, it definitely fits in very well within the whole Techwear look, which is not a surprise considering that Brandon, or better known as the Anix, is very much into the whole Techwear style as well. It does have some pretty cool graphic text on it that's very subtle but adds so much to the visual of it. If you want something that is more low-key and clean looking, you can just go ahead and pick up the standard model. Now, I'm not a face mask expert or anything like that, nor have I tried out a bunch of different ones to be able to draw a proper comparison, but just from wearing these on a regular basis, I find them to be extremely comfortable. Throughout my entire time having them on, I never had any issues when it comes to breathability or comfort. One thing I really like about this face mask is how much it covers up your face, and bear in mind I do have a pretty large head, but it still manages to cover most part of my face, which I much prefer compared to the smaller disposable mask. Pricing wise, they are a little bit on the higher side compared to the standard version, but it does come included with the face covering strap that is usually sold separately. Therefore, you are technically paying only a slight premium for the special edition, and I find that I most oftentimes use the strap to hang my face mask around the belt loops of my pants when I'm not using it. In terms of how I do get them cleaned up after every usage, I simply just throw them inside a wash bag and just place them inside a washing machine alongside the rest of my dirty clothes. This is to help prevent the elastic bands from getting caught up or tangled, which so far mine is holding up pretty well as to compare to some of the other face masks that I own. Moving on to the next two accessories, they are from a relatively small brand called _Coded, which is the SideArm 1.5 and the S1 belt. The brand is founded by Chris, and I came to know about the brand a while back when I first got into Techwear, and it's the SideArm that really did draw my attention. The SideArm 1.5 is a rather simple but unique piece of accessory, as it's basically just a small pouch that allows you to carry most of your smaller EDC in one convenient location. It's actually much larger compared to the photos, hence you are able to fit quite an amount of things inside, such as your phones, keys, wallets, and any other smaller items. From an aesthetic standpoint, it has this very sci-fi utilitarian look, and I like just how by adding this accessory, it immediately gives the entire outfit a completely different look. I particularly think that both the SideArm and the S1 belt complements each other really well, especially when both of them are in the same black and olive colorway. When it comes to the S1 belt, I've mentioned a lot in my past videos there really is no need to overcomplicate what a belt does, and the S1 belt was made specifically with that idea in mind. That is why this is truly my favorite belt that I own, and I've gotten so much wear from it. It's so simple in design that fits into basically any outfit, whether it be a more techwear style or just as casual wear. The cool part about this belt is that it comes in a pack of 2, and the idea behind it is so that you can just leave it on multiple different pair of pants, and you can even just throw it in along with the pants in the washer since there are no metal components. Do note that since every piece is made by Chris himself, they are released in a rather limited quantity each time. Hence, I would suggest you guys to go ahead and follow Chris's Instagram so that you will be updated on the latest release dates as well as any updates that he will be putting out. The fourth accessory is a cap, and this is a very essential piece for me. If you have looked at my Instagram back when I had short hair, you will always almost see me wearing a cap, and that's because I have a very stiff Asian hair texture and it doesn't look good if it's not styled properly. Therefore, I always believe in having one good cap that you can just constantly wear and just beat it down. Unfortunately, the one that I used to wear broke a while ago, and I have been on the hunt for the longest of time. Therefore, I'm so glad that I managed to find this cap from Guerrilla-Group. This is the SIG short brim cap, which is a 6-panel cap, and right off the bat, I really love how simple and minimal the design is, making it perfect to be worn on a daily basis. There is another version of this cap that is basically the same but has 8 panels instead, and also features a slightly different design with a patch logo on the side. Essentially, it's just a plain black cap, but it does feature some very useful functional properties. The entire cap is constructed using 3X dry scholar fabric, meaning that it has all the performance features such as dirt and water repellent, breathability, and quick dry. Being that it's a cap, I do feel like it makes so much sense to be using such a high performance fabric like scholar, as most caps out there do a great job in protecting us from the sun, but it's not particularly effective against rain, as most of them are probably constructed using some sort of non-performance fabric like cotton. At the back of the cap, there is an adjustable elastic cord which replaces a more standard strap found in caps. I quite like that this change of detail, as it adds a little bit more utilitarian aesthetic. Overall, this cap fits into my wardrobe perfectly, and I really do not have any complaints about it. It's super easy to style, and it adds just a very small touch into an outfit, which goes a long way. The last accessory and also the piece de resistance in my entire wardrobe is the Acronym 3A5. This is hands down one of my ultimate grail pieces, and it has been that one bag that I have been constantly using ever since I've gotten it. Truth be told, it is a little bit on the larger side if you are planning to use it as an everyday bag. However, to me, I really wanted a single bag that I could use for multiple different occasions, and getting the smaller 3A1 felt like I wouldn't be able to utilize it outside the premise of just an everyday bag. Hence, I was okay with sacrificing size for more storage space, but definitely there are days whereby I kind of wish I do have a smaller everyday bag. That being said, I do not regret my decision picking up the 3A5, as I brought it out in so many different occasions, from light usage such as work in cafes, hanging out with friends, to heavier usage like grocery shopping, or as my camera bag, and I even brought it out for camping once. I do get some rather strange eyes whenever I have it on because of how massive the size is, as well as how it looks, but I personally really love the design of the bag. The black and olive highlights give it this very militaristic aesthetic, and the super iconic Acronym messenger bag look with the compression buckle details and the quick lock quick release strap system. If I ever were to be super nitpicky, the only thing that I may not particularly be a major fan of is actually the Velcro attachments inside that holds all the different compartments and mods together. There is nothing wrong with it, but if you are someone who does have a little bit of OCD like myself, then trying to reattach the mods back together in a straight line after taking them apart is an absolute nightmare, as you will need to take your time trying to realign everything together. These are basically my top 5 favorite techwear accessories that I personally own, and I think they basically cover all the essential stuff that I need for my daily usage. What are your favorite accessories that you own as well as have been using a lot? Do let me know down below in the comment section, and let's talk about it. Also, if you have stuck around till the end, thank you so incredibly much, because it really does help to add in the number of hours that the channel needs in order to be qualified to start generating a little bit of revenue. Also, if you did enjoy watching today's video, please do me a favor and hit the like button, as well as if you haven't been subscribed to the channel yet, it would really mean the world to me if you could hit the subscribe button down below. That is all I have for today's video. Please do stay safe out there, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace out.